So if you want to prepare for your exam, I reckon there's 3 things you've got to do to get ready for your exam. I reckon the first thing to start with is know your course. You've got to know the syllabus, the chemistry syllabus. You've got to know what's in the test. You've got to know what's the examinable material. There's no point going into your exam not knowing what are the sorts of things you're supposed to know. I guess what I'm focusing on is this stuff to know. You know that in your exam you're going to have to know Le Chatelier's principle of equilibrium. You know you're going to have to know what the Bronsted-Lowry definition of an acid and a base is. You know you're going to have to know what you make when you mix an alcohol with a carboxylic acid. There's stuff to just know. And when you go to the exam, it's important that you know that information. But beyond knowing, I reckon the second thing is to focus on skills. The second thing you're going to have to do, in addition to knowing stuff, is to master your skills. The chemistry course has within it lots of techniques, lots of skills that you need to be able to perform. So you need to be able to perform those skills. For example, some skills in the chemistry course are being able to write a balanced equation, draw an electron dot diagram, perform a simple pH calculation, write an equilibrium law expression. Skills that you just need to be able to churn out, perform and do. Techniques like constructing a half equation, assigning an oxidation number, identifying an acid and a base. You've got to be able to just perform those skills, and there's many more on the list than that, but that's just a few. So these skills in and of themselves aren't difficult. Yes, there's concepts hidden behind them, but the skills themselves are kind of like tools in your toolkit. You just got to be able to use them. You've got to know how to use those skills and perform them almost without thinking. So I think there's 2 things there, knowing your stuff and knowing your skills. And then the third thing to prepare for an exam, I think, is expose yourself to some past exam questions. Have a look at the sorts of questions, the style of questions that get asked or have been asked in the past, and this provides you the opportunity to get the knowledge that you've learned, get the skills that you've mastered, and use them and apply them to answer the questions that get asked of you. Chemistry is about knowledge, it is about skills, but it's also about knowing which bit of knowledge, which set of techniques am I going to use to answer a question. And so by being able to access past exam questions, you get the opportunity to practice doing that. So in summary, I reckon you've got to build up your knowledge base, you've got to perfect and master the skills of the course, and then 3, get to work at practicing, using that knowledge and using those skills to answer past exam questions.